Welcome to Walk the Line, and I'm back. It's your host, the OG Chris Murray, giving you those Dynasty Madden League golden picks. We in week 6. Let's dive right into it. First up, we got the Browns versus the New England Patriots. Bruce coming to this matchup sitting at a perfect 5-0. This is the week that Tone wants to erase the memory of that 19th ranked run defense. You got to regroup these guys because you got a team that's coming into your home stadium who loves the ground and pound. If you cannot figure out how to slow down this Cleveland Browns run game, neutralize it, and don't turn the ball over on the offensive side of the ball, this can be a very good matchup. However, with my pick entering this week, I got to go with the Cleveland Browns, man. I just think that welcome to Walk the Line, and I'm back. It's your host, the OG Chris Murray, giving you those Dynasty Madden League golden picks. We in week 6. Let's dive right into it. First up, we got the Browns versus the New England Patriots. Bruce coming to this matchup sitting at a perfect 5-0. This is the week that Tone wants to erase the memory of that 19th ranked run defense. You got to regroup these guys because you got a team that's coming into your home stadium who loves the ground and pound. If you cannot figure out how to slow down this Cleveland Browns run game, neutralize it, and don't turn the ball over on the offensive side of the ball, this can be a very good matchup. However, with my pick entering this week, I got to go with the Cleveland Browns, man. I just think that the way that this team is set up right now, it's very hard to bet against them. So I'm going to lock in with the Browns getting the W going into week 7. Next up, we got the Giants versus the Panthers. That's for name this matchup, man. Saquon Barkley versus Christian McCaffrey. Both guys are amazing running backs. We got Barkley, who's coming off of one of the most explosive performances this season yet to date, rushed for a total of 269 rushing yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey on the other side is not having a bad season himself, but in this matchup right here, man, it's going to come down to key plays. Can this Carolina defense figure out how to eliminate Saquon Barkley? Because outside of Saquon Barkley, the New York Giants has yet to proven that they have other weapons, other threats. So somebody's going to have to step up in this matchup to take some of that pressure off of Saquon Barkley. And on the opposite side, can the Carolina Panthers just figure out how to stay consistent, man? You know, they got a strong passing game. They got a strong running back with Christian McCaffrey. They got key guys on the defensive side of the ball, but they just can't seem to figure out how to make things gel. Can this be the matchup? My gut is telling me that this one is going to be the game, and I'm going to stick with my gut on this one. So with my pick on this matchup, I'm taking the Carolina Panthers. Defense is going to slow down Saquon Barkley and be able to squeak out a tight victory at home. Moving on, we had under 2 rated in the Washington Redskins versus expert in the Dallas Cowboys. Now, even though this matchup right here had a combined total of 70 points scored, this was actually a pretty good defensive battle. I'm just going to go over a couple stats right here. We had 15 total sacks, meaning both O-lines couldn't figure out how to protect their quarterbacks. So it's going to be a lot of game film watch, best believe, this season. Next, we had a total of 15 turnovers. Wow, 15 turnovers. But expert managed to figure out how to overcome those turnovers and secured him a division win, moving him on to week 7. Next up, we got Westside Pablo and the Philadelphia Eagles versus HBO and the Baltimore Ravens. Both of these teams are coming off of a matchup last week where they got completely punched in the face, stomped out, slammed. Everything just went completely wrong last week for both of these teams. The Eagles offense couldn't figure out how to get things clicking. Wentz is going to have to be a better leader if he plans on taking this team to the playoffs and potentially making them have a Super Bowl chance, Super Bowl type field run. The spam expired completely last week with Lamar Jackson being neutralized by the Cincinnati Bengals defense, turning the ball over 6 times. 6 times, leading 6 times. Lamar just couldn't get a groove, a flow, nothing. He turned it over 6 times and he just looked like trash, But new week, new opponent. Both guys have to figure out how to get things going in the right direction. This is gonna be an interesting matchup right here, man. It's gonna be a very interesting matchup. This is a game that I'm pretty sure that neither one of these guys want to lose. But if I had to put my money on a user, I'm definitely gonna have to go with Westside Pablo and the Philadelphia Eagles getting the W going into Week 7. Next up, we got my Pittsburgh Steelers coming off of a fresh bye versus 85 in these Houston Texans. Just acquired Aaron Jones from the Green Bay Packers. So I'm hoping that this guy can come in and just be a producer. Figure out how to elevate my offense and take us to the next level. Because we're going up against a team that is a team and a user who's a defensive type first user. We're going to have to figure out how to crack that tight combination lock to that Houston Texas defense, and figure out how to neutralize guys like J.J. Watt, DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller, and the list goes on and on. This is going to be a matchup right here where it's going to test us because this is a top tier user in the DML, so I'm definitely going to bring my A game. And in Houston, Texas, man, these guys just can't seem to figure out, how not to be good every week. You got Deshaun Watson, he's back. After he was set. You got Deshaun Watson, who's back, lighting the lead up right now. So we're gonna have to figure out how to just play our game. Don't overthink it and just execute. That's it. Of course, I'm never gonna put against myself. So in this matchup, I'm definitely taking my Pittsburgh Steelers. Getting back on the winning track, man. Coming off of the bye, going into Week 7. Moving on, we got the Tennessee Titans and Solomon Kane versus Ralph and those Minnesota Vikings. I know it's early, but this is a must-win for the Vikings. These are the games right here that you want to secure in early in the season because you don't want these matchups to come back to bite you in your behind and affect you come December. You're going up against a struggling Tennessee Titans team whose defense can't seem to figure out how to stop anything. Get your offense going. Don't come into this matchup trying to start off slow. Don't come into this matchup letting this guy hang around. Come into this matchup, focus, and execute. If you can do these things, I can see you getting a W going into Week 7. However, if you don't execute what I'm telling you to do, it's going to be a very long day out there in Minnesota. But when it comes to stick skills, when it comes to roster talent, I think the Minnesota Vikings has the upper hand. So with this pick, it's a no-brainer. I'm taking the Minnesota Vikings getting a W going into Week 7. Next up, we had a very explosive. Y'all didn't watch this game right here? Every single second of this game counted. Every single second of this game counted. Now, of course, Parisi going to say that he was robbed, but it was a very entertaining game, and it came down to the very last seconds where C-Rob just managed to squeak out of New Orleans with the W. Can't wait to see these guys play again, man. This is a very exciting division this cycle, man. But moving on, we got the Rams versus the Seahawks. Flair versus JB, man. I'm just going to flip a coin on this one, man. Heads being the Seahawks, tails being the Rams. Heads it is. I'm going with the Seahawks getting a W. Hopefully, man, he can execute and overcome adversity with all those injuries out there. Looking to see, man, DK Metcalf get back on the field this season because he's such an explosive player. And I know how much he means to the Seattle Seahawks team. But with this pick, I'm taking the Seahawks getting the W. Moving on, we had another explosive game where both users put it all on the line. We had a very good user, Niner Time versus Sweets 99, and it was a division clash. The 49ers, however, was able to manage to slow down that high-powered Arizona Cardinals offensive passing game and squeaked out of there with a 7-point victory. Man, I'm looking forward to seeing these guys play more in the season too. Moving on, we got the Schemer and the New York Jets versus Skill Trade and the Buffalo Bills. Now, this right here, man, is a trap game. I'm telling you right now, because a lot of guys question. Let's just get into a little bit of detail what's going on here. A lot of guys question the moves that the Schemer made this offseason. You know, trading for Gruden in that playbook, giving up, I believe, a first-round pick. Yes, he overpaid for it, and right now it's coming to bite him in his behind because it's not showing on the football field. He acquired Julio Jones. Now, however, Le'Veon Bell suffered the early season injury, but it's no excuse. It's definitely no excuse in the DML. So, this is the W right now that the Schemer cannot afford to take. He cannot afford to fall behind in the pack of his division mates. Now, the Buffalo Bills, they have all the talent that you can ask for. The quarterback, the defense, the linebackers, the corner, like they have everything that you can ask for, but Skill Trade can't seem to put together the right play calling. Sometimes, man, his play calling is just not understandable, you know, but I'm going with the upset pick in this game, man. I got Skill Trade getting the W this week. Coming out, putting together a solid game plan on both sides of the ball, securing him a W going into week 7. Let's get this one, man. Moving on, we got Nasty Noop and the Atlanta Falcons versus King Vitamin and the Chargers. The Falcons and the Nasty Noop enter this matchup leading their division. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Nasty Noop is leading his division right now. He brushed off the dirt, the dust, the spider webs, everything from that division seat. Now, I'm not sitting here saying, jumping the gun, saying that he's going to win it. But, however, the Atlanta Falcons is leading the division right now. This right here is a matchup that's going to test these Atlanta Falcons. This right here is going to let us know, is the Atlanta Falcons are what they say they are, or are these guys just smoking mirrors? However, King Vitamin and these Chargers, I'm telling you right now, Vitamin, that rookie quarterback Nick better get ready to do one thing and one thing only, and that's hand the ball off to Melvin Gordon, because this is not the secondary or the defense where you want to put this game on this young guy's shoulders, because this Atlanta Falcons secondary with those 2 X-Factor safeties are balling right now. So I suggest that your game plan and you stick to this game plan. Get that young guy comfortable with handing the ball off to Melvin Gordon, because if you plan on coming out there and slinging that rock, it's going to be a very long day. But I'm throwing everything into factor in this matchup. We're talking about stick skills, roster talent, what user, can figure out how to adjust. And my pick, it could go either way, but I'm going to take... I'm split here. I'm going to stick with it, man. I'm going to take the LA Chargers getting the W at home versus these Atlanta Falcons. Moving on. We got SJ and the Jacksonville Jaguars versus KP and those Kansas City Chiefs. The big question mark is in this matchup is one thing and one thing only. Can SJ figure out how to stop this Kansas City Chiefs high-power offense? You got guys like John Ross, Tyreek Hill, McCole Hardman, all speedy wide receivers with a 90-plus speed, 94-plus acceleration. Now, SJ does have Jalen Ramsey. He has a pretty okay secondary, but the Kansas City Chiefs gave up a whopping 15 total sacks last week against the Miami Dolphins. That's your free chicken, SJ. You got to get Campbell going. You got to get Allen going. Get them guys an apron. Get them guys a stack of napkins. Get them guys multiple plates because they're about to eat. You got to get these guys going and get the pressure on Patrick Mahomes, because if you don't, that secondary is going to have a very long day. This is gonna be a good game, man. We got some very good games this week. With my pick, I'm going to take the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road, going up there in hostile territory, getting the W, going into week 7. Next up, we got the DML game of the week. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's the DML game of the week. We got KP and the undefeated Chicago Bears going up. My fault. Let me scratch that and rewind that back. I apologize. We got the bus and the undefeated Chicago Bears going up against Emerald and those Green Bay Packers, the defending Super Bowl champs for King of the Sticks for the season. If you have not tuned in to, first off, the draft, second off, last season, this is must-watch football right here. You got the OG versus the new buck. You got the guy that crowned himself the division champ every single season. Every single season. Emerald said, this is my division. I'm the king of the North. This right here is going to be crazy. You got KP coming into this matchup, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, 5-0 ranked. He has the best defense right now on paper and on field in the DML, going up against the Green Bay Packers, who will be without star running back Aaron Jones in this matchup, but he did acquire some extra help on his offensive line, so that should help with slowing down Khalil Mack. But the thing I like about this Chicago Bears team this year, man, is how well put together their game plan every single week is. You know, it's very tough in the DML, man. What guys don't be understanding is it's very tough every single week coming out, man, and executing and sticking to your game plan and being disciplined. Even though sometimes you go up against users where, you know, you're trying to put 50 on their head. You know, you got those tough users where, you know, sometimes they'll make you think outside the box. So that's what's very interesting this season right now, you know, that I'm liking about the Chicago Bears team, because they're adapting every single week. They're coming out. The bus is sticking to what he know. You know what I mean? And it's showing. But, however, this guy, man, he got smacked around last season by this Green Bay Packers team. And this Green Bay Packers team, man, even though, you know, they took a loss a couple weeks ago, they bounced back, man. And this Packers team has not seemed to skip a beat. They have not seen to skip a beat. You know how some guys, they win a Super Bowl and they basically pretty much fall off the map. These guys still look hungry. You got Savage out there who's still balling. You know, you got Emerald, what's my other guy? King, who's balling. A-Rod still out there slinging the rock. And that rookie wide receiver, woo. But I want to see what can they do in this matchup right here, because this is going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy, man. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Can the bus figure out how to beat these Packers? You can't go wrong with this one, man. You can't go wrong with this one. But with my pick, I'm going to have to take... I'm a guy that loves defense, man. Defense wins championship, in my opinion, over offense. But I just don't think the bus has figured out yet how to beat these Packers. So I'm going to stick with my gut, man. I'm going with the Green Bay Packers getting the W. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. You want to tune into this one. It's going to be a good game. But I'm going to take the Green Bay Packers getting the W at home, securing them a W going into week 7. Next up, we got tight work in the Miami Dolphins versus Solomon, MIA Kane, and the Denver Broncos. Now, I don't know what's going on with Solomon, baby, but can somebody put him on the back of a milk cart, because he has been MIA. I don't know if it's just the curse. The curse has moved over to Denver, but these Broncos has been not like what it's something the DML called. It's called shit water. Yes, they are the source of it. if it was a source of shit water, these Denver Broncos are it. Now, Solomon Kane, what's going on, baby? Because this is not the Solomon that I'm used to seeing. Even though you had some bumps in the road last cycle, 0-4, baby? Come on, gotta tighten up. But, tight work. We ain't here for all that. You gotta crush his, keep his spirit crushed. Don't get this guy no hope. You gotta get off, and you gotta get off fast. Get Balaj going. Get that run game going. Keep that defense aggressive at home. And keep the Denver Broncos right where they at. Shit water. Don't get them hope. No, with my pick is very simple. I'm going with I'm gonna keep it simple, man. I'm gonna take tight work in the Miami Dolphins, getting a W at home, and keeping shit water with shit water at. Now, we got a new segment that's just been brought onto the show. It's called OG's Prediction. Alright. Now, just give a little insight about OG's prediction. I will be sitting here predicting, giving you guys my prediction on who's going to have an offensive explosion this week, Casper of the week, Mr. Stingy of the week, and a breakout player. Alright? Now, we're going to stick to the first topic, which is offensive explosion. This right here, man, I'm going to have to get this to Ralph, the owner of the Minnesota Vikings. You got a struggling team coming to your home. They're allowing a total of 35 points per game. They're also giving up a total of 341 total yards. This is the game where you got to get your key guys going like Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, Delvin Cook. You cannot allow your offense to struggle this game. If you allow your offense to struggle this game, just wrap it up, man. Get ready for the offseason. Because if you can't have an offensive explosion against this defense, you can't do it against nobody else. So do your thing, young player, and blow the dang scoreboard up. Next up, we're going to talk about Mr. Stingy of the week. The Bucs and the Bears. Now, man, my gut is telling me to redirect my answer, man, but I'm going to sit here. I'm going to jump out on a limb of faith. This high-powered defense out there, man, in Chicago has been balling out all season so far. Only allowing a total of 11 points. Ranked top 5 in league in total yards allowed. And ranked 3rd in interceptions. Now, this defense is going to be tested this week against a high-power user like Embro and those Green Bay Packers. But I think that this defense, man, is going to hold up and still be that high-powered defense that we have grown accustomed to seeing from week 1 to week 6. Let's see if you can stay stingy, Bus. Moving on, we're going to go to Casper of the week, the ghost player that is going to fall completely off the map. It killed me to go with this player, man, but the facts is the facts. Casper of the week will have to go to Tyreek Hill. Even though Tyreek Hill right now is ranked 2nd in total receiving yards, not leading the league, but averaging right now 872 receiving yards with 11 receiving touchdowns. This week he's going up against a guy by the name of Jalen Ramsey, who seems to know how to neutralize any top threat that he's going up against. That guy, man, I played against him 2 weeks ago, and he locked Juju Smith-Schuster up. He put the straps on him. He put the handcuffs on him, man. He had the chain, the cage, everything was on that man. So I'm definitely thinking that Jalen Ramsey's going to figure out how to neutralize Tyreek Hill and make him a non-factor in the game. So let's see if my Casper of the week can be right. Now, the last and final one. Breakout player. Now, a lot of people might not agree with this. Even the user might not agree with this, but I'm just going off of facts on what I think should be going on in these week 6 matchups. Now, the breakout player is going to go to Todd Gurley, the running back of the LA Rams. Now, Flair going up against a user, man, who's giving up a total of 100 rushing yards per game. Now, he never gave up 100 yards per one rusher. All right, so let me just, I understand, the Seahawks, but Todd Gurley, you got to allow this man to eat. You have one of the most dynamic running backs in the DML, and this guy is not balling. I'm trying to figure out why. You got to get this guy going. You got to get him going. Give him the ball. Don't be like the Seahawks, man, when they had beast mode back there in that backfield and they wanted to pass that rock. Give him the ball, let him do his thing, and I guarantee you, he will be the impact player / breakout player of Week 6. Man, I'm your host, OG Chris Murray, man. I gave y'all my golden picks on who I thought was going to secure the wins, and I gave you the breakout player of this week, Casper of the week, Mr. Stingy of the week, and the offensive explosion of this week. Tune into the next show, man. Drop a comment. Let me know who you think gonna get the wins. Let me know if you think I got it right, if I got it wrong. I'm your host, OG Chris Murray. I'm out.